Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a topic that's really climbing the CIO agenda, AI agent orchestration.
Yeah, it sounds complex, maybe a bit jargony.
It can be, but we're here to, cut through that. We want to give you a clear path to understanding why it's so vital.
A shortcut, essentially.
Exactly. And our main guide today is a really timely piece from CIO magazine. It's called AI Agent Orchestration, the CIO's crucial next step.
Right, by Grant Gross, just published July 15th, 2025. So very current.
Very current.
And our goal here, our mission, if you like, is
Yeah.
to really unpack this. We're talking about moving beyond using just one AI model here and there
Uh-huh.
to actually coordinating, maybe dozens, potentially hundreds of different AI agents and large language models, LLMs.
Right.
And we want to explore what that really means for how businesses run, for strategy. There should be some real aha moments about how this connects to, well, everyday work.
Okay, so we're setting the stage for what some people are calling the near agentic AI future. Agents everywhere, potentially.
Hmm.
And CIOs right in the thick of it, trying to manage them all. So yeah, let's dig into this.
Let's do it.
So to really get our heads around this orchestration idea, let's paint a picture, because this is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Yeah, a concrete example helps.
Totally. Imagine onboarding a new employee. Usually it's a nightmare of forms, emails, different systems.
Oh, yeah, clunky.
Very. But picture this instead. An HR person just asks a chatbot, hey, set up our new hire, Jane Doe.
Okay.
And that chatbot doesn't do everything itself. Instead, it acts like a conductor. It coordinates other AI agents behind the scenes.
Ah, so it delegates.
Precisely. One agent jumps on payroll entry, another guides Jane through picking health insurance, another sets up her email, her Zoom account, whatever. Then maybe another agent assigns training modules, another requests a building badge. Maybe one even ships her a laptop and assigns a desk if needed.
Wow.
And the key is, it happens with minimal human clicking and dragging. That's the vision, the orchestration.
And that, right there, is what a lot of the experts mean when they say AI becomes truly agentic.
Ah,
It's not just one AI doing one isolated thing. It's this coordination.
right.
Multiple agents working together on a complex task, like onboarding. That's the leap.
So it goes from just being a tool to being a system.
Exactly.
Hmm.
A system capable of handling these complex, autonomous workflows across the whole company, getting all these different AIs to actually talk to each other and work together. Breaking down those silos we always complain about.
Okay, so this isn't just sci-fi dreaming then. It sounds like there's a real pressing need for this now.
Very much so.
You mentioned Gartner earlier. They have a pretty startling prediction, don't they?
They do. They're forecasting that by 2028, which isn't that far away, 70%, 70, of organizations building apps with multiple LLMs and agents will use specific integration platforms.
70%. And what was the number for 2024?
Less than 5%.
Wow. That's an exponential leap. It tells you something's shifting fundamentally.
It really does. It shows AI isn't just a side project anymore. It's becoming core, integrated, and it needs that holistic management approach. CIOs have to think bigger than just one model. They need to design the whole ecosystem.
Right, a totally different strategic game.
And that connectivity piece is just non-negotiable. Andrew Humphreys at Gartner puts it really simply. He says, AI has to have access to data in order to make decisions, and it has to have the ability to actually take some kind of action.
Makes sense. An agent can't do much if it's locked in a box.
Exactly. It needs the data, and it needs the permissions or the connections to actually do things in other systems. The good news is we're seeing protocols emerge to help make this happen. It's like finally getting the plumbing right so everything can flow.
Okay.
And this tackles a huge headache CIOs have right now. Beth Schignoli, she's VP of Product Management at Redpoint Global. She points out that companies are messing around with lots of different LLMs, plus all their old legacy systems.
Uh-huh. The existing mess.
The existing mess, yeah. And without orchestration, she warns it just risks quickly becoming fragmented, redundant, and inefficient. You end up with AI silos on top of your data silos.
Not good.
Not good at all. So the orchestration layer becomes that traffic cop. It manages who gets what data, how it moves, what actions are allowed, and it makes sure you're sticking to your governance and security rules.
Right, keeping things compliant and trustworthy.
Absolutely crucial. So it really is the bridge,
Yeah.
between your big data strategy and actually getting value from your AI.
That bridge concept is key. But okay, let's say a CIO gets it. They see the need. What are the big traps they might fall into trying to build that bridge? Is it purely technical or...
It's definitely a mix. A big one is just underestimating the data side. Not just the plumbing, the connections, but the data itself. Is it clean? Is it accessible? Are the permissions right?
Garbage in, garbage out, even with smart agents.
Pretty much, yeah. And then there's the mindset shift. Moving from thinking about AI as separate projects to seeing it as this interconnected enterprise system, like a nervous system for the company. That's a big leap for some organizations.
Okay, so given that need, given those challenges,
Right.
where do CIOs even begin looking for these orchestration tools? What should be on their checklist?
Well, Beth Scagnoli from Redpoint offers some solid advice. She says look for tools that are built around interoperability, flexibility, and AI-agnostic principles.
Okay, break that down. AI agnostic means.
It means the tool shouldn't lock you into one specific AI vendor or type of model. It should sit above all that.
Ah, like a neutral platform.
Exactly. So you can plug in the best agent or LLM for a specific job, and you can swap them out later if something better comes along. And crucially, this platform handles the tricky stuff behind the scenes: security, version control, tracking data lineage.
Future-proofing, basically.
That's a great way to put it. You're investing in a foundation, not just a tool for today's problem.
And what does the market for these tools actually look like right now?
According to Gartner's Andrew Humphreys, it's emerging. Lots of smaller, maybe more specialized players out there offering solutions.
Niche tools?
Kinda, yeah. But he expects the big guns, the major IT vendors, the big AI companies, they'll jump in more seriously once the market gets bigger and, frankly, more profitable, either by buying up the little guys or building their own big platforms.
Right, the classic tech market consolidation cycle.
Pretty much.
So that brings up the age-old question for IT leaders, doesn't it? Build versus buy. Should a company try and cobble together its own orchestration internally or grab one of these off-the-shelf solutions?
Yeah, that's always the tension. Customization versus speed and maybe less risk.
So what's the advice there?
Humphreys actually has some practical guidance. He says don't necessarily throw out everything you've already done on integration.
Like existing APIs and stuff?
Exactly. Things like API calls, maybe you have an enterprise service bus. He suggests you should look at how you can tweak that rather than thinking that you've got to completely reinvent the whole bit.
Interesting. Leverage what you have.
Right. Adapt and extend your existing integration work to handle these new AI agents, rather than starting totally from scratch. It could save a lot of time and effort.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's make this more concrete.
Hmm.
The CIO article mentions IBM, right? They've been doing this for a while.
They have. About 8 years, actually, experimenting with agent-like tools. And they're using them now in sales, IT. But the HR example is really telling.
Yeah, tell us about that. Suzanne Livingston from IBM Watson's Orchestrate. What did she share?
Well, she described the before picture. Employees really struggling with these clunky, separate HR systems, trying to figure out how to request a raise or a transfer. And the instructions were always changing.
Sounds familiar.
Doesn't it? But now they have an AI agent, an orchestrated one, that employees can just talk to. They can ask it to handle salary increase requests, process transfers, even help draft job descriptions.
Tasks that used to involve multiple systems or departments?
Precisely. So it's not just faster, it fundamentally changes the employee experience. And it shows how that orchestration layer makes those complex multi-step things like the onboarding we talked about actually possible. It smooths it all out.
From a patchwork to something intelligent and unified.
That's a good way to describe it.
So IBM's obviously at a head start. What's the key takeaway for companies that are maybe just starting to think about this?
Livingston's advice is pretty clear. For most organizations, especially if you don't have a huge internal AI development team.
Which is most companies.
Right, most companies. She suggests looking at vendor-supported, out-of-the-box solutions. She says it's a great way to not have to start by building something from scratch.
Lower risk, faster start.
And as she puts it, a great way to trial it out and get a feel for it. You can sort of kick the tires without a massive upfront investment.
Okay, practical steps. How do you even pick where to start that trial?
Her advice there is classic project management wisdom. Look for the low-hanging fruit.
The quick wins.
Exactly. Find those areas where employees are feeling real pain right now with existing processes. For example, time off requests.
Everyone hates doing those.
Right. It's often clunky, frustrating, but everyone has to do it. She says that's an easy one to get started with, and you get immediate value. People see the benefit right away.
And that builds momentum.
It does. So the question for you, listening, is where are your low-hanging fruit? Where could you apply this kind of agent orchestration to get a quick, visible win in your own organization?
That's a really good prompt. So, wrapping this up, Suzanne Livingston paints this picture of the future. A never-ending realm of underlying agents, leading to agents everywhere. It sounds transformative.
It really does.
Yeah.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, the main benefit she sees isn't just automation. It's simplification for humans.
How so?
Companies won't need to train every employee on 500 different systems anymore, with all their quirks and complex interfaces. Instead, the agents act as this intelligent layer. They help employees utilize the benefit of these systems without needing to be experts in all of them.
So the agents handle the complexity behind the curtain.
Exactly. It radically simplifies the user experience and, fundamentally changes how people actually get their work done.
Wow. Well, this has been a really insightful deep dive. It's crystal clear that AI agent orchestration isn't just some future tech trend. It's the next crucial step.
Yeah, it's about connecting all these powerful AI tools we're developing so they can actually work together and deliver on their potential. Streamlining processes, yes, but more than that.
More than just efficiency.
Definitely. It's about fundamentally changing how people interact with technology at work, how information moves, and how businesses can operate at a whole new level of scale and intelligence. It really reshapes the whole operating model.
So as you mull this over, here's a final thought to consider for your own world. How might this agentic future really redefine what work even means inside your organization? What surprising new roles might pop up? What new efficiencies could emerge when these AI agents start collaborating seamlessly, taking over the grunt work?
Leaving more space for the human stuff, strategy, creativity, connection.
What does that future look like for you?
Something to think about.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into AI agent orchestration. We really hope it's given you some valuable clarity and strategic perspective on the agentic future ahead.